And the Eagles all over O'Brien. Jeff Cross with his second sack of the game in just 2 Eagle possessions.
And Tom, this is not a good sign at all for the Philadelphia Eagles as they try to break this 4-game losing streak. Rich Kotite told us yesterday that the strength of this offense is the offensive line, and already 3 sacks by the Dolphins.
Eagles under pressure, gets the punt away, a towering punt. Fair catch called for by McDuffie, who takes it at the 29-yard line. Dolphins defense is looking good. The offense will have its turn when we come back to Philadelphia. From the vet in Philly, Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth, and the Fridge. Dolphins sort of testing that first possession.
See if they come back that way.
And off to Mark Haynes. Haynes dropped at the line of scrimmage. Britt Hager got a piece of it. And let's see who's down at the bottom of the stack. It is Seth Joyner. And William Perry was right there, too, and draws the cheer. As the PA announcer mentioned, that he got a piece of another tackle.
Tell you what, Keith Sims is having a time with the Fridge. That time, Fridge just overpowering him and running down from the backside. That off-tackle running play.
Mitchell hands to the tailback, Kirby, and the rookie stopped after a gain of 1 by Hager. Well, this porous rush defense of the Eagles looks like a completely different unit today.
Fridge right there is just going to take up space. He's working against Keith Sims. They've got the double team. He splits that, makes the back stop, stutter step, and allow Britt Hager to make the tackle. I'll tell you what, the man is playing makes you wonder what the Bears were thinking about letting that guy go from what we've seen.
3 rushes, minus 2 yards for the Dolphins, but here's Mitchell on a scramble, and he's got a lot of room to roam. Big gangly strides and out of bounds at the 37-yard line of the Eagles. Scott Mitchell took off for 32 yards.
I was a little concerned about him when he got that full stride going. But Rich Kotite says that, nobody is Dan Marino, but Scott Mitchell's mobility really gives this Dolphins offense an added dimension. Andre Waters talked about how physically strong he is and how you just can't seem to intimidate this guy. Nice play by Scott Mitchell.
Reminiscent of R. Kong in the Breeders' Cup Classic a week ago.
130-1.
Initial first down of the game, Dolphins. Hand to the tailback for a yard or 2, Terry Kirby. Again, the rush defense up to the task for the Eagles. A lot of green jerseys around the ball.
Yeah, and the biggest green jersey of all, the Fridge, is continuing to make plays. Now, what makes this defensive start of the Eagles so impressive is the last 3 games, they have given up 210, 271, and 243 yards on the ground alone. And so far, the impact of the Fridge has been tremendous for this Eagles defense.
Kirby, the only step back as Mitchell retreats. And goes for the end zone. Ingram is short and almost intercepted by Eric Allen. He should have had that pick through his hands and incomplete as Mitchell's pass intended for Ingram came up short.
3-time Pro Bowler Eric Allen absolutely let a turnover go right through his hands. He's playing with a bad ankle, didn't practice all week. And maybe the fact that he couldn't jump quite the way that he wanted to, well, I'll tell you, that's a dead cold drop. He has 28 career interceptions, and that was almost number 29. He is, without question, I think, right now the best cornerback in the National Football League.
Mitchell looking for his first pass completion of the day. Again for Ingram, and he makes a leaping catch. Tremendous catch by Mark Ingram over the shoulder with Miano and Allen with him stride for stride. Mark Ingram.
Just a perfectly thrown ball by Scott Mitchell. Mark Ingram working from the slot against Eric Allen. Allen right there. Watch this ball just come dropping in over the top. Perfectly thrown by Mitchell. That's what Scott Mitchell can do so well, is he can put the touch on the football and drop it in where necessary.
That's what Keith Jackson was saying. Marino always throws a hard football, but Scott Mitchell is capable of putting the touch on it. Here's Mark Higgs to the 5. Andre Waters comes up from the free safety spot. Shula hoping for win number 325, failing to get it against his nemesis, the Jets, a week ago. The Jets have handed the Dolphins their only 2 defeats of the season.
And the Dolphins seemed surprisingly flat in that game against the Jets. I don't know if it was that or just a case of the Jets handing it to him.
Spot the ball at the 6, where it's 2nd and 5. Fake to Higgs. Mitchell rolls. Can't get around the corner. Chased out of bounds by William Thomas.
Well, we've got the old busted play on that one. Looked like they had the counter OT working back to the other side. They were coming with Byers and Sims back the other way, and Mitchell, for whatever reason, came this way.
Mitchell's 32-yard scramble earlier in the quarter was the longest run by a Dolphin this season. He's only 1 of 4 passing.
Eagles very good on 3rd down, 7th in the National Football League.
6 defensive backs for Philadelphia. Mitchell from the gun. Steps up. He had room to run. Instead, he finds a wide-open Terry Kirby in the end zone for the score. Terry Kirby beat Otis Smith. Mitchell found him for the touchdown.
Dan Marino enjoyed watching that one. And I tell you, Scott Mitchell is putting on a show. 2 finesse passes and a long run. The difference in this drive, watch as he just drops it in over the top of Seth Joyner. Perfectly thrown football again.
Stoyanovich for the extra point. And a fumbled snap. The holder, Doug Peterson, the backup quarterback, fumbled the snap, and the conversion is no good. Terry Kirby scoring his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season on this play.
Very impressive the way that Scott Mitchell stepped up in the pocket, had a chance to run the football, but kept his eyes down the field and then just floated it in for the score.
But the blown extra point means it's just 6-0. 6:48 first quarter. Dolphins go up 6-0 on the Eagles. Blown extra point makes it 6. What happened, Chris?
In my professional opinion, I'd say he dropped it.
Well, you should know something about drops, too, if I bring it up.
I am an expert.
Stoyanovich will kick to Walker and Sukahema. Sukahema retreats about 9 deep in the end zone. He'll down it for the touchback, giving us the chance to check in with Jim Lampley at NFL Live for an update. Jim?
Early touchdown for the Houston Oilers against the Cincinnati Bengals. Moon taking the Oilers the length of the field, capitalizing from 3 yards out to Curtis Duncan. The Bengals trying to avoid going 0-9 for the first time in franchise history, Tom and Chris.
All right, Jim. And, of course, Josh Hill was talking to us last night about his son, Dave, the Bengals coach. And I think rightfully so, has not gotten any blame. They just don't have many players. Meanwhile, the Oilers are a dangerous team. They're going to make some noise. Herschel Walker stopped after a gain of 3 by Troy Vincent. Warren Moon after, and there's a flag, a late flag just now flying in. As you see the numbers on Walker.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 51 defense after the play, 15 yards, first down.
Well, that's Brian Cox, the controversial linebacker of the Dolphins, called for the unnecessary roughness. Gordon McCarter, the referee, with the call, first penalty of the game.
And if one thing has been consistent about Don Shula over the years, it's that he hates stupid penalties. But Brian Cox is the guy that is, no question, the emotional leader of this team. And of course, we all remember the incident up in Buffalo when he took off on the fans there.
Well, he has a mass communication degree. He did some communicating that day, didn't he? Sign language, as I recall. But Brian hands to Walker. Herschel again finds the yardage tough up the middle. Give him perhaps 3. Jeff Cross, a piece of the tackle. Mike Golick, the former Eagle, got some of it too.
The Philadelphia Eagles have really been struggling offensively